Yo, what up? It is the 6th of September 2024. It's currently 10:54 p.m. on a Friday. It's quite relaxing today. I actually have an assessment due today, but I'm actually pretty close to finishing it, which is not not a usual thing for me. I think I pretty well established in the first half of the year that I usually am behind on that sort of thing. Not through a lack of caring, more so I've just got procrastination issues. No, I don't need a Dutch hat. Although this shirt does not look familiar to me. This is a Nebula shirt. An amethyst shirt. I think I do have this. Yes. Dum dum. Well, okay, so yeah, the assessment isn't due today, technically. It's a weird system. I'm gonna get medicine for Cube, even though I don't know if he actually is sick or not. Yeah, I'm actually pretty... Like, the thing with my assessments is that it's all, like, from today up until, like, Wednesday next week is, like, all of the first wave of my assessments as the due date. So it's, like, pretty much impossible for me to have, you know, procrastinated, because otherwise, you know, I'd be getting an assessment done, and right as I'm getting one assessment done, I gotta do the other one. But luckily, for one, I've worked ahead a little bit, and by a little bit I mean, like, well, a lot more than I would usually would do. But also, two of my assessments kind of, like, function off of, like, work that you were doing in the previous weeks, so, like, you progress through them just by virtue of participating in the lectures and the tutorials and stuff, so I'm, like, those ones are fine. So really it's just two of them and I'm almost on one. So really the major thing that I have to do is one of them. It's one assessment, because one of them's nearly done and the other two are, like, are not that bad. But yeah, hopefully I get good marks. I think I've put my, well, in the ones that I'm nearing completion, or the ones that I'm progressing towards, I think I'm putting my best foot forward. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So we'll see if I'm correct, or if I'm, I don't know, being a bit, I don't know. Like, I'm not, like, I'm not trying to, like, blatantly, like, skip over errors. I am, like, making sure everything is correct. I could have I could have prepared a little bit further in advance, but, to give me some slack, I guess. I don't know. So, a lot of my, like, I had an assessment that's, like, there's this essential part of the assessment that you have to do, and they were like, you can't do this part of it until, like, it was, like, last Friday. They were like, don't do this vital part of the assessment, which basically is the basis of the entire assessment. Don't do this until, you know, last week. So I couldn't have pre-prepared for that one. I couldn't have prepped for that one too hard. But whatever, it's fine. When I gaze up at the sky, I end up thinking all sorts of super deep things. What you think of when you see the Cavarius constellation? The main squeeze. What? Ew, TMI alert, TMI, keep the kissy face talk to yourself. I'm not in a relationship right now. I don't think I would deserve one if I was in one and I called them my main squeeze. I think you immediately null and void any, like, marriage contract, any verbal or written agreements. Basically anything that verifies that you're in a relationship would be null and void if you called them that. My main squeeze. I don't know, well, it sounds a little bit inappropriate. Thanks, I didn't mean well, but that medicine was terrible. I should probably talk about the Minecraft movie, though. I guess, well, yesterday I first saw the trailer to the Minecraft. I think that's when it dropped. Oh, shooting star. You might have heard it. I don't have time to put my stuff away and wish on it, though. It's impossible. Yeah, the Minecraft trailer, I saw it yesterday. I don't know if it came out yesterday, but that's when I saw it. Hey, boss, tell me, what kind of makeup are boys really into? Who cares? Oh, so you think boys like the natural look? I didn't expect you to say that. Yeah, that's probably not great advice. It was 11 p.m. But anyway, where was I? The Minecraft movie trailer. And it looks kind of bad. By kinda, I mean, yeah. Well, look, I'm pretty cynical about movies nowadays. Like, I haven't really been terribly excited for the release of a film. I guess since, like, the last thing would have been the Mario movie, and that's like a thing where it's like, well, I really like Mario, so I'm kind of just naturally poised to like that movie no matter how actually good it is. And I like that movie, uh, but it's definitely more of a Mario fan service than it is a movie, which is like I concede in that it doesn't have a very strong plot, and the sequence of events isn't very strong, which is, I don't know if that's like an Illumination thing or a Nintendo thing, I don't know. But in terms of how much it respects the source material, I think they blew it out of the park. And I know people are still mad about the whole Chris Pratt as Mario thing, but I don't know. It's kind of grown on me, and I don't care about it too much anymore. Look, up in the sky, that's the constellation you made, Cabarius. Oh, it's so pretty. I didn't get why you called it Cabarius, but I guess it's cool. It's because it sounds like... Oopsie. It's because it sounds like cobra, okay? Look at it. It looks like a cobra, because it's like a snake. It just sounds cool. It doesn't have to be all serious. I mean, they strung together, like, 4 lines, and then they called it bloody Ursa Major, and it's a bear, apparently. It doesn't make any sense. Mine actually makes more sense than that, so I'm actually on a better standard. But yeah, where was I? I liked the Mario movie, because I like Mario, and they made that movie for people who like Mario. If I didn't like Mario, I probably wouldn't have watched that movie, so I don't know why actually people watched it without liking Mario, and then were like, I didn't like it. Well, it's like, okay, I don't know. For me, I don't find the concept of video game movie adaptations, like, I don't know, like, the only reason why I'd care for one is if I like the source material, and so I don't mind if it's very reliant on you knowing the source material, because that, to me, would be the primary audience of such a thing. I don't know. That's how I feel, at least. Yeah, so I became a member of the HRA, but judging by the way they score me, I'm like a complete decorating doof. Oh, why can't they see how totally awesome I am? I actually like Pompom's house. It's a bit random, though. She's got a TV and a cot, for some reason. She's got it set up here, though. She's got a sink, a couch, a TV, a slide, all the essentials. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think, you know, all the video game movie adaptations were bad because they both were bad movies, because they were, like, cheap budget versions, like, basically mostly just cheap, like, action movies most of the time. But also because they were, like, very, you know, unfaithful to the source material, be it because the directors thought the source material couldn't work and so they didn't even try, or because they tried to reimagine it. And I feel like, you know, the original Super Mario Bros. Movie, I know people are kind of like, have that appreciation for it. I've never actually seen it, but, you know, it doesn't take a genius to know that it's not very faithful. But granted, in that case, you can kind of forgive it, because at that point the Mario series was not super well established. I mean, Super Mario Bros. 3 was the newest Mario game when that movie came out. So, like, they had, what, like, 3 games worth of source material? And I guess 5 if you count Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong, which don't add much. The other day I ran into Pork, made me think Poor Kid. Okay, Peewee, great, good for you. But yeah, you know, now we benefit from, because back in the, you know, back in the 80s, and even the 90s, like, we didn't have the benefit of games being, like, old enough. Like, you know, a Mortal Kombat movie comes out and there's, like, you know, what, 2 or 3 Mortal Kombat games, and it's very loose and not really... I've not actually seen that movie, but I'm just a random example that may or may not actually be accurate. I saw the Tomb Raider movie, right? The Tomb Raider movie is, like, sure, whatever. It's a serviceable adaptation. I guess it's kind of a shitty movie, whatever. But it's all that. And then now I think it sort of started in the 2010s where stuff started being old enough that it was able to have like enough age to be like made into a movie. Like really, the Mario movie could have happened like 10 years ago. Like, and they could still have a ton of stuff to work with because there had been so many Mario games at that point, even if they're kind of loosely linked together in terms of a quote-unquote narrative. And Minecraft, the Minecraft movie was planned since like what 2014, I want to say. Like I remember hearing about that when I like probably like not probably long after I first got into Minecraft when I was a kid. So like they've been like saying a Minecraft movie is going to come out for ages, and it's not like it's been in production for those 10 years. I think people have the idea that it's like, oh, they had all of this stuff, they were preparing it for so long, and then it came out like this. It's like, no, they don't. When they say, oh, Minecraft movie in the works, that doesn't mean they've started production. It means they're in pitching phase or pre-production phase, or they've signed a deal. It doesn't mean, oh yeah, we're basically starting the filming today. When they said Minecraft movie in production, they probably didn't even have like a screenplay or even a draft of a screenplay. They probably would have just signed a deal. I don't remember if it was always going to be Warner Brothers or if that's like switched hands a bunch of different times. I know like the Sonic movie, that happened to that, where it was originally going to be, I think, Sony, and then it switched to Paramount. That might have happened to Minecraft, who knows. But now, so my theory is the Mario movie and the Sonic movie both revitalized the concept of game adaptations by kind of setting a bar. More so, I'd say the Sonic movie, not because the Mario movie's bad, but because the Mario movie was relatively recent in comparison, and I don't think if they waited for that one, I don't know if that would line up more. I think it was mostly the Sonic movie. And even then, that was like kind of a thing where it was a surprise because most people were expecting it to be like horribly shit, and then it just kind of ended up being, I think this is a fine movie. I'm a Sonic fan, and I don't care too much for the Sonic movies. I think they're whatever. They kind of do the opposite of the Mario movies, where the Mario movie has like very little substance as a movie, but is good as like in service of the source material. And the Sonic movie is the exact opposite, where it honestly could be a movie about any fast character. It could. It's just a movie with Sonic the Hedgehog in it, really. And sure, it's an actual movie, but it's. I still think that's just kind of how it is. And I wish that the movies did a little bit more to try and be faithful to the source material. At the very least, the fact that the soundtrack doesn't feature any actual songs from the games or like remixed versions or anything is just like so lame to me. But whatever. Snake. Catch any sweet fish lately? Yeah, fish heads all over freaking over black bass. Sure, why don't we see if he can catch black bass? But yeah, I think the Sonic movie was definitely like a one. I know there was the Last of Us. Was it the Last of Us? I think it was the Last of Us, the series out of that. And I mean, yeah, like it's I mean, and there's been opposite examples like that Halo show that came. I was going to say recently, it was a couple of years old now, actually, where they are pretty, they betray the actual Halo. I've only played the original Halo, and that still pisses me off. Hey boss, I dug up the coolest thing ever. I can't believe my good luck. Maybe it's on some old fossil. It's someone's diary. It looks really old. Want to read it? Heck yeah. Okay, I'm totally freaking out here. Which page should we read? Page 1. Diary of Genji. I can't believe it. There are Genji's deepest secrets. Maybe someone took notes while watching Genji. I feel weird about this. Let's put it back. Lame. I wanted to read it. Know what Genji thinks. But yeah, the notion that video game adaptations could be good sort of only appeared at around, I want to say around 2020, really. There had always been sparse examples of it sort of happening. Like, I think they were early Resident Evil movies were well liked. I don't know. I haven't watched many video game movie adaptations. I might do that. Just like pick out a bunch of them and just watch them as like a marathon or something, just to sort of see. Preferably games that I've like played. But yeah. All that to say, the Minecraft movie. I think. Hey, when you're catching bugs? No, we're not doing this. Grasshopper first. Yeah, let's do it. I'm not actually going to do it. Yeah, around 2020, there was this notion that video game adaptations could be good. So they were like, oh, and I guess the Five Nights at Freddy's movies got sort of another recent example of. I liked it. I know people are like it sucks, and it kind of does suck, but it sucks in a fun way. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I think people are a bit harsh on it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a good judge of these things, I guess. I usually am, like, if I watch it, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they put the movie into, like, proper production, I would say, around 2020. That's my theory is. 2020, 2021, like, one of those years, right? And so, it's sort of just, like, maybe I can try and catch a black bass. Wait, let me see if it even shows up at this point. But yeah, so and then it's sort of just a thing where it's like, okay, we've got the rights to this, and at any time we can just sort of pop it out when we feel like it makes sense. It doesn't say. I mean, it should do. But as for what I actually think of the movie, or the trailer of the movie, because it hasn't. Okay, it's all day. Yeah, let's go try to get it. It kind of looks bad. You know, people were comparing particularly that shot of the pink sheep. People were comparing to the Sonic, initial Sonic movie design. Well, here's my thoughts on it, right? Animals in Minecraft always look derpy and kind of stupid. That's part of the charm of them is that they look dumb. I think that the animal, like both the llama and the sheep. I saw this movie yesterday. I was showing people with coffee. Have you seen it? Nope. What? Get with the times. That's why everyone wants a 4-ball shirt. It's all because of the movie. Look, I have extra. Take mine. Go ahead. Now hurry up and go see that movie. Talking about movies. You know, I think the llama and the sheep in the trailer, I know people are like, oh, they look ugly. I think they did, like, they obviously did that on purpose, right? They literally make a joke out of that zoom into the sheep. Like, that's a dedicated shot and reaction in the trailer. Like, they're clearly meant to look, you know, stupid. And I'm fine with the way they look. I know people are, and yeah, they did the thing where they give it like individual teeth or whatever and all that stuff. I don't know. I think that's fine. I honestly think all the CG looks fine. Like, it's maybe not what if I, you know, directed a Minecraft movie, I don't know if I would have done it. People saying like, oh, it should have looked like, you know, like Minecraft story mode. I don't really agree with that. I don't think it should look exactly like the game, because Minecraft isn't exactly a game. Oh, King Salmon. Minecraft isn't exactly a game that's easy to, like, translate visually into mediums that aren't the game itself, because, you know, it is kind of like an ugly game. I mean, everything's like blocky, and so that kind of inherently makes everything look kind of odd. I think the style of you know, making it look, I don't want to say realistic, but I mean, yeah, it looks realistic. I think that works for the purposes of making it into a movie, because I feel like, you know, I don't know. I think it makes the vistas look more appealing, and it I don't know. It's a fine representation of the game is the point that I'm trying to make. My main issue, and the thing that pretty much everyone can agree is, you know, bad, is that what they've done is get a bunch of real live action human beings, and they've thrown them in front of a green screen, and then that's just the movie. They're just sort of human beings in Minecraft. Like, they're not, I don't know, like, it's the comparison I make is Jumanji, right? Not the original, and I'm not going to say the good one because, you know, the 2016 one with I'm talking about the 2016 one with The Rock, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and the lady that I forget the name of, which might be a little bit sexist, but what can I say? Those two guys are more famous than she is. That's okay. But yeah, it's that movie. It's literally that movie. It's these characters get sucked into a new world, and there's a guy who is there who already knows the world, and it's all weird and strange, and they've got to go on a big quest or whatever. Like, it's that. It's the 2016 Jumanji movie, and if you're, like, you know, familiar with that style of writing, got a gar. Oh, it's like hard to get. It's as opposed to a black bass. If you're familiar with that style of writing, what I like to call Marvel tier writing, which is sort of just what movies have become in the past couple of years, ever since the MCU got really popular. It's, you know, that kind of quirky dialogue where everyone's constantly quipping at one another and always have a little comment to make, and all of the lines are very cheesy and, like, predictable. And so it sort of just seems like the entire movie is going to be that joke that everyone makes of, like, oh, what the? You punch a tree with your fist and the tree doesn't fall down? It's like, it's that kind of thing, right? Like, that's just what the entire movie is going to be, of people, you know, there we go. Like, it's Minecraft in real life. It's realistic Minecraft is basically the entire concept of the movie, which I don't have an exact vision of what a Minecraft movie should have been. I've got some ideas, but I don't care for the specifics of it. I just know that I wouldn't want that. But that's definitely what the movie is going to be like. They've pretty clearly set that out. And it's just going to be that sort of obnoxious writing. I just don't think it's going to be very good. And you know, it's Warner Brothers, and I can't remember the last thing that Warner Brothers made that was, like, any good. I guess they did the Batman. I liked that movie. I actually looked it up the other day, to try and, like, think of what good Warner Brothers movies, because Warner Brothers is, I don't know how long they've been bad for, but they're definitely bad now. Hey, Snake, look at you. I've been working out. If you have, then I've got nothing to say to you. Look, I told you I might have nothing to say to you, and I meant it. What do you expect? Okay. I got the fish. I got the fish. It's here. Do you respect me? Dang, you reeled one of those babies in already? You're not gonna just flop over like a fish and let me win, are you? In return, you get a Jadic on a chair. That rocks. Why, thank you, Snake. You're marked. Next time this won't be easy for you. But yeah, basically my thoughts on the Minecraft movie are that it looks like it's shit. It's like it's gonna be... more than it looks like it's gonna be bad, which, like, fine. I watched the Garfield movie that came out not too long ago. That movie was bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That movie is bad. I can survive a bad movie, though. What I can't survive is a movie that going into, I literally know exactly how it's going to be. There's basically no point for me to watch it, because I've already seen the movie, in the sense that it looks so predictable. But whatever. Like, it's stupid. It's basically what I would expect, in the sense that it looks bad. But I guess that's going to be about it. And then maybe I'll bring up this sort of subject again when the inevitable... I'm saying inevitable, not inevitable, bloody Animal Crossing movie gets announced.